Hello everyone, my name is Jalisa Monroe, and in this video we're going to go ahead and go through a gentle sequence where we can move with the body, move with ourselves, and honor and respect our body as we flow through poses that feel good to us. Just seeing where we are in these poses and breathing into any sensations that we feel. So let's get ready to go ahead and come into our first posture, which will be child's pose. And for this child's pose, we're actually going to make this a wide child's pose. So bringing the knees mat width apart, one knee on one side of the mat, the other knee on the other side of the mat. Let the big toes touch. Send the hips back towards the feet. And if you want to, you can also take a bolster or a towel and sit this underneath the hamstring so that way you can have some cushion here. Extend the hands out overhead as we lower the chest down to the ground, bringing the forehead to the mat. We don't have to hold the arms up here, not at this point, unless you want to. And here we're just going to simply connect to our breath. Not changing or adjusting the breath, but simply connecting to it, and notice how we're breathing at this time. Noticing our inhale. And our exhale. Maybe you feel the air as you inhale in through the nostrils, as the air travels down the spine to the belly. Maybe you feel your exhale as you exhale, sending the air up the body. Maybe you feel this air traveling out of the mouth for an audible exhale, or leaving the nostrils. Again, not adjusting the breath, just simply noticing how you're breathing at this time. Noticing the body expand as you inhale. And become heavier, sinking beneath you as you exhale, becoming lighter. Actually, yeah, this feels pretty light. The sensations may be different for everyone, but just simply noticing. Not judging how you feel, not viewing it as good or bad, but just noticing how you feel right now and acknowledging it. On our next inhale, we'll inhale into tabletop. Coming up into tabletop. Our hands are going to be underneath the shoulders. And our hips, well, our knees are going to be right underneath the hips. And to get underneath the hips, we can ball up our hands into two fists. And that will give us an idea of what hip width apart is. The hands are going to be right underneath the shoulders. Turning the elbows in, just like chaturanga arms. If you notice your chest is kind of sinking down, we'll press our hands into the ground to lift the chest up away from the floor, keeping the neck in a neutral position. Toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever feels good right now. On our next inhale, we'll get ready to come into cow pose as we drop the belly, roll the shoulder blades down the back, bringing the gaze up. Exhale as we round the spine. Press the hands into the ground. Gaze into the belly button. Coming into cat. Inhale, dropping the belly down. Rolling the shoulder blades down the back. Bringing the gaze up. Exhale as you round the spine. Press the hands into the ground. Bring the gaze down to the belly button. Feel free to go in between these two poses at your own pace to work on flexibility in the spine, strengthen the shoulders, strengthen the wrists. You can also breathe into one of the poses if that feels good to you. We'll go ahead and do this for 2 more breaths. Inhale as we drop the belly. Bring the gaze up. See if the head is the last thing that can move between these two poses. Exhale as we round the spine. Bring the gaze down to the belly button. Coming into a neutral position. We're going to get ready to come into our heart opener, our shoulder and chest opener. So keeping the hips underneath the knees, we're going to walk the hands forward as we lower the chest down to the ground. So if you notice that this is where you are, depending on where the flexibility is in your shoulder, and again, not judging where you are today, honoring and respecting. So if you notice that you're right here, that's okay. We'll go ahead and stay here. See if we can roll the shoulder blades down the back and continue to breathe. If you would like, you're more than welcome to get a bolster or maybe even blocks to place it underneath the forehead or even the chest, so that way you can find a steady breath. If you're able to, and it's in your practice, you can also lower the forehead down to the mat or even your chin. Again, honoring where you are today. And as we're in this melting heart pose, if you notice any strain in the shoulders, you can separate the hands some. And we also want to make sure that the hips aren't too far forward or too far back. I mean, unless you want to explore that. But to get the most of this pose, deep in this pose, we want to keep the hips underneath the knees. Once we find this position of comfort, you're more than welcome to place a blanket underneath the knees as well if you would like to pad them. After you make any adjustments needed, just coming back to the breath. Reconnecting to the breath. Breathing deeply into the lower belly as we round it like a balloon. Audible exhale. Soften the belly. Exhale. On our next inhale, we'll go ahead and press the hands into the ground and come back into our tabletop. Exhale to release. Let's go ahead and get the back of the shoulders. So this time we're going to go ahead, inhale that right hand's up. Open up the side body, nice side stretch here. As we exhale, we'll take the right hand threaded through the left so that the right shoulder comes onto the mat. Resting the cheek onto the mat as well. Maybe rolling the right shoulder away from the right ear, keeping the right palm faced up, and continuing to breathe into the lower belly. You're more than welcome to keep the left hand where it is, or you can extend it overhead, keeping the arm straight. Continuing to breathe. Getting ready to come out of this pose, we'll take that left hand back beside us. Press the hand into the ground as we inhale, bringing the right hands up overhead. Exhale down. Let's go ahead and balance out the side of the body. This time we'll go ahead and inhale that left hand up. Exhale, threading the left hand through so that the left shoulder comes onto the mat. Maybe rolling the left shoulder away from the ear. Keep that left palm faced up. If you would like to, you can keep the right arm where it is. You can extend it overhead. Connecting back to your breath, making any adjustments you need to do so that you can find a steady breath. Just noticing how we feel in this pose. Notice any effort that we're giving here. And seeing if we can reduce that effort and just find a nice steady breath as we breathe into this. Getting ready to come out of this pose, taking that right hand back beside us. Inhale as we press the right hand into the ground, bringing the left hands up overhead. Exhale the left hand down. Coming back into our tabletop pose, we'll go ahead and do a little ab work. For our ab work, we're going to inhale the left hands up and inhale that right leg up. You're more than welcome to tuck the left foot if that helps you keep balance. It does not have to be tucked. Here, actively stretch out with our left hand, reaching out with our left hand, keeping that right foot flexed and pressing the right heel back behind us. Actively reaching out on both ends. Pressing that right hand into the ground. Making sure that shoulder does not drop. On our next exhale, we're going to bring the elbow and the knee to touch. Rounding the spine just like cat pose. Exhale and release. Inhale up. Actively reaching out, grabbing whatever it is you need in your life right now, grabbing whatever it is you need right now in this yoga pose in this moment. And we'll exhale, bringing it in, elbow and knee to touch. Release. One more time, and you may even feel this on the right shoulder. I know I certainly do. Inhale, that left hand's up, right leg up. Actively reach out, reach out. Exhale, bring it in. Pull that belly button in and release. Let's go ahead and do that on the other side. Inhale, that right hand's up, left leg up. Actively reach out, lift the back leg up high, higher towards the ceiling behind you. Keep that foot flexed. Continue to reach. Press your hand into the left ground, or press your left hand into the ground. On our exhale, we're going to bring the elbow and knee to meet. Rounding, pressing the belly button into the spine, and release. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale. Know that you have this power in you, that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are able. You are able to do anything that you put your mind to. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale up. Actively reach out, reach out. Exhale it in. Round the spine, bring the belly button in. And release. Let's go ahead and come on over. Make our way to sit down. Coming into easy seated pose, crisscross Sukhasana. Relax the shoulders. Feel free to do anything that you need to do, any organic movement to release some tension. Let's go ahead and take the hands to the knees. Slowing down the body. Connecting back to the breath. On our next inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, tilting the head over to the right shoulder. You can take the left hand, leave it where it is. You can extend that left hand out with the fingertips pointed out. Getting a gentle stretch along the left side of the neck. Continue breathing into the lower belly. Inhale to come up. Exhale, tilting the head over to the left shoulder. You're more than welcome to take that right hand out with the palm face down, fingertips out. Continue to breathe. Getting a gentle stretch along the right side of the neck this time. Notice if your chest is caving down, and we'll go ahead and inhale to lift and lengthen. Inhale to come up. Exhale to release. I hope you all enjoyed this mini stretch. If there's anything else that you would like to do, maybe the calves, we can certainly go ahead and do that very quickly. Just extending the legs out. Inhale the feet towards the body. Exhale the feet away. Breathing with the breath. Inhale the feet towards. Breathing with your rhythm. Exhale the feet away. Right now we're slowing down the body. Inhale the feet towards. Just a gentle stretch along the calves. Exhale the feet away. Let's go ahead and take the hands behind us. Bring the feet back into easy seated pose, crisscrossing the legs the other direction to balance out the body. Thank you for joining today. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. May you walk softly with yourself and know that you are enough. May you continue to stand in your truth and never run away, to move with love, to lean into your faith, and know that today everything will be okay. Namaste.